Well, it looks like it is straight up noon here in Minneapolis, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Good afternoon, good morning. This is David Knox coming to you live on Halloween 2016. Welcome to the first Monday Administrator and Manager webinar. I always appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much for your membership. Let me give you an overview of the session. First of all, our next webinar is going to be Monday, December 5th, 2016. So write that down. As you know, we'll post the link in the news section and send you out an email. We'll talk about the 2016 videos, some of the new features, and today's guest is going to be Vincent DellAccio talking about accountability plans. And to begin, here are the videos for November 2016. As always, we start with our what's new for the current month. It's usually a very short video, and that's also where you'll find the topic lists, and maybe let's just go to that. As you know, if you click on the what's new, you will see our topic list. I know we have some new members joining us today, and I recommend that you click on our topic list and open it. That's a good TV guide to download and print, and follow it along to find out which videos you would like to search for. Let's go back to this. The videos we have to look at. KFT 104, Spin Selling. If you recall, Spin is the book by Neil Rackham, Spin Selling, and Spin is an acronym for Situation, Problem, Implication, Questions, and Need Payoff. And I was so fascinated with the book, I said, you know, so much of this applies to real estate that I just really need to do a video on it. So I hope you like KFT 103 that talked about the implication questions, very powerful, and we continue that with the N, Need Payoff questions. 3 new quick tips. Steve Goff talks about paper contract review with all the electronic docu-signing, etc. And I've experienced this myself. The last 5 or 6 contracts have all been docu-signed. And you know what? I think we end up clicking through and not even reading what's in it. So his advice to your agents is, you know, maybe give your customers a printed copy so they can go through it. Alex Chandler, who sells 500 new constructions a year, is going to give you some tips. And a quick tip 37, how to break through the resistance. I take a piece, kind of my summary piece. It's a combination of what I learned from fanatical prospecting and spin selling. It's a little 5-minute video that I think it'll help your agents with lead conversion by just putting up with the resistance and accepting the fact that you do have to bother somebody. You have to interrupt their life in order to set appointments. We always want to keep your agents engaged, so I remind you again, we send out an email usually the Friday or Saturday before the first Tuesday, and we rely on you to send it out and forward it to your agents. And we don't email your agents, as I've said, because they just keep filtering it out and spamming it out. So this is a good way to keep them involved and reminding you to show it in meetings, use the action plans and the broadcast email link. Let's go back here. You know, when you go to a video, you can click email link to video, and it will open up this box, and you can take the URL, copy it, paste it into a broadcast email, and promote a specific video to somebody. So remember, that's a powerful way to get your agents engaged. And we built the Facebook group page, and you're going to be the first to announce it. In fact, we just tweaked it a few minutes ago to make sure it works. And when you log into the training, you will see the link. In fact, why don't we just do it live? I'm going to go live to the page as it appears today, and if you click on this link, it will take you to our secret page. And I urge you all then to tell your agents to click on this link. My goal would be to get thousands and thousands of agents to click on that, to join the group. We will approve that, and then we're going to announce new videos and documents and uploads and various things. And I'm not going to do a lot, maybe 2 or 3 times a month, because I know if I do it too much, they'll just they'll unfollow the group. But it's a great way to keep uploaded, and for sure, let's get all of our managers and administrators into the group. Just click it, click join, and then we'll approve it, and you'll be part of the group. And as you can see, the very first post we put up today was, you know, the November videos. I think I'm going to leave it up to you guys as how much to post. I'm going to probably do at least once a month, obviously for the new videos, so people will know they can log in, and maybe mid-month if we have something cool. I've got to be so careful, because I know if I overpost, people are just going to delete that. I hope you find this helpful. And next, I mentioned this before. I want to update our management leadership videos, and I mentioned before I'm thinking of using the terms LDR, leadership, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. And I really would appreciate some input from you guys on how you would like to see the management videos organized, because I just think there's so much room there for some tremendous growth on management videos. And by the way, I would really welcome the involvement of any of you who would like to contribute and do a management video. If you have access to a really high quality video audio system or a studio and you'd like to shoot a video on a specific leadership topic, let me know. You can shoot it and we'll upload it and we'll make it part of your site. Next, I'm going to be at the NAR convention. I think this is year 30. I think it's going to be my 35th NAR convention in attendance, and I think it's my 29th or 30th time speaking there. So I always look forward to NAR. For me, it's a pleasure because I get to stand in one place and people come to me. So I'd be curious to know how many of you are coming, because if you are, for managers, I'm going to be doing a topic on recruiting before you recruit. After all these years, I hear agents or members say, you know, we can't get our agents to watch the videos. I'm thinking, my gosh, if you can't get an agent to watch a video in prospecting, how do you get them to actually do prospecting? And I think all of us agree that, you know, if the bottom 50% of the agents in America just left tomorrow, nobody'd notice. All of a sudden, our lives would be better and clean and pure. We'd be happy. So I'm going to talk about decruiting. And then for managers, sales associates, are you a messenger or negotiator? That's going to be on Saturday from 1:30 p.m. to 3. Managers going to be on Sunday, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So if you want, I'll let you do a screenshot of that. Or actually go to my David Knox Facebook page. You'll see these two. And if you come to my booth, one of the things that we've done every year as you come by the booth is we're going to set up our video, high definition, really good video camera, a good microphone. And if you would like to shoot a video with me to take back to your agents, you know, the two of us could stand there and I can, so let's say if Connie was there, say, hey, Connie, how are you doing? How's the training going? And we could talk back and forth about the online training, and we'll give you the video, we'll edit it, post it, we'll put it in your site, give it to you. You can put it on a Facebook page, your company page, whatever. So stop by my booth, 1072, and say hello to me. So next, let's meet Vincent DellAccio, Century 21 AA Realty out on Long Island, a CRB, a GRI, and he's been a member of our training for a while, and he was really one of the early adopters on our online training and our accountability plans. And he did such a great job that I said, oh, I wonder, Vinny, if you'd like to help us out and tell us about it. So what Vinny's going to talk about is how he uses our accountability plans, and I think Vinny said he's going to describe what he did before, how he structures it, what documents get included, how to use them with the agents, and any early mistakes that he may have made. So first of all, Vinny, are you there?
I am here. Good afternoon, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, Vinny. I'm going to make you, if you're ready, I'm going to make you a presenter. I'll click OK, and I believe all you have to do is accept it.
Show my screen. Okay. And
there we are. So, Vinny, again, thank you very much for being a part of this. And I think one of the questions you asked me earlier is what might be the interest of the attendees on this. And, you know, I actually have a poll here. I'm going to select the poll, have you use the accountability plan. I'll do launch poll. And for those of you, there's my 4 answers. You weren't aware of the feature, aware of it, haven't used it, have cloned it and customized, and have agents enrolled in monitoring. So I'll kind of report those stats back to you. So, Vinny, how's everything in Long Island today?
Chilly. Chilly than I want it to be. But real estate's moving along though. We've had a great market this year, and it continues, and it's certainly a privilege to be on here today, and I appreciate the opportunity because I think you have a really good program, and I want to share some of the things that we're doing here at our company that is working. And let me just start a little bit of background for everyone, what we were doing prior to getting involved in David's accountability program. We certainly all know about accountability, and we all want accountability built into our overall operation. So I had something set up, and I'm going to talk specifically right now about a new agent program. We had a curriculum set up, and I go back a long way, back to 2007, using the Mentor series with a lot of our new agents, and we facilitated that program, and it worked fantastic with us. But we certainly it's the manager broker's job to implement the accountability portion of that. So we had a program. It was video-based. They were using the Mentor series and some of the real live series videos, and I had specific topics set up. And what I'd like to do is show you right now what we had. I'm going to go shift for a second, and you should see an Excel spreadsheet that just came up. And what I did is I used to take a particular topic. Let's say we were going to work on circle of influence, and or a startup for a person. And I had broken it down. You'll see it's licensed week 1 and the activities that an agent should be doing. And then we had the assignment that they were to do, and they were, I color-coded it for myself because it got to be too busy. I would put blue would be certain videos, red would be some of the in-house videos we had, and then there were action steps, because if they don't go out and do the things that you teach them to do, the whole thing was a waste. Then I had an assignment. That means I assigned it that week, and then they had to fill out and complete the completion. Now, if you look through, I had one for each week. Every week there was a different activity that was going on to tie in with where they were at. The thing is, I had to make a worksheet for each and every person, and one for me, one for them, and then I would do the coaching session with them. And when we sat down, we would spend the first probably 15 minutes just updating my sheet with their sheet to see what they actually got done, and then be able to talk about and coach them as to what they actually did. So I found a little cumbersome at times, okay? And then I would have to email this to each person and so forth. So fast forward into the beginning of this year, I saw that David had put together an accountability program, and basically, when I started to look at it, I said, boy, this just mirrors exactly, step by step, almost to the T, what we're doing here, but it would be an internet-based program. So at that point, I'm going to flip the screen for a second and go to the accountability program. Now, everybody's familiar how to get to it. You go to Manage Accountability, and what we have here is we have Cent 21 AA a training program. And you can enroll your agents from here as long as they're put up. When you do your settings, we enroll the agents in the program first, and then I pick who I want to put into the enrollment. All right, preview is the actual program I'm going to take you through now, so let's just go in. And we start off with the sphere of influence. I don't do onboarding in here, which some of you may be doing, and I know David has it set up. We have been doing onboarding, and I have an office administrator that does that with our new agents before they even come to me. So by the time someone starts in the training, they've already met with our office admin, gotten all their passwords, codes, business cards, photos, and all those other things that are done. And so that's all set. If I didn't, I would put that into this list as well. But for me, it worked better to leave it the way it was. As we move through the program, let me just go back one second and just go through the important steps here. The structure is where we are able to put down the steps, and if you can see this is pretty similar to what David had. I did do some tweaking. I moved things around how I wanted them to go. It's pretty easy. All you do is take and drag, you move it up and make your changes there, and then make sure you save. Very important. Make sure you update the plan, because if you don't, then all your work that is done has been lost, and I learned by mistake by not doing that properly a couple times. So then next up, you go back and you can edit. And when I edit, I was able to go into the section. This was a button that was later added, which made it even more convenient. And editing, I can then go in and put my description in here, what I'd like for them to know about that topic. Then select my videos, check, uncheck, task. I can put my task in as well. Just remember that when you're done with it, the last task you make will come to the top, so you'll have to go back a step, and then just once again you can drag and move that around. So that's what was nice about this. You were able to put in whatever videos you want. You could put in whatever tasks you want. So let me just take you back once again. I'm sorry, I'm not jumping around too much for you. But now we're back into my program. What we have here is the sphere of influence of new people. David makes a lot of recommendations of a lot of videos that pertain to that particular topic. What I did which probably was the biggest time-consuming issue for me, is I had to go in and see every video. I wanted to know what my agents were viewing. Also, being that I'm facilitating and working with them, I needed to know that as well. So I went in and filtered through and took the ones that were most important to the subject matter I wanted to work with. And that's what's set up on this end. Now, the task is where, once again, I took some of the recommendations, but I added some of our own material in there. Like one of the things I want new people to do, we provide them with a company website, with their own personal website. Well, a lot of people don't know how to write a bio. So what we did is everything that's red is things that I put in there as either a PDF or as a video. So if you click on here, what now is some description of exactly how they should write their bio, some little tips. I don't want to write it for them because it doesn't sound like them after a while. So to go back, scripts that David has, I stripped out the ones that I liked, I put in there, and we wrote some scripts in here and that they can click on and see as well. So what we did is we took it, and just so you know, for those of you thinking about doing this, you have to, if you have it in a Word document, you have to convert it to a PDF first, and then you grab it as a PDF. And I'm just going to refer to it now, and I'll do it again at the end. The tutorials that are provided for you on how to do this are excellent. What I did is I took the tutorial, I printed it out, the script of how to do the program, laid it down, and then looked at the video and made my own notes, and then went back and practiced working on this. And it's actually, after you do it, one or two steps on it, it actually is pretty easy.
Vinny, can I stop you for 1 second?
Certainly.
You were talking about PDF versus Word. Why that?
I don't know. I was told to do it that way. I take a Word document. Let me just see if I can show you.
But you can upload a Word doc, and I think what happens is when you click on a link to a Word doc, it doesn't automatically open. It just downloads, and so it gives the appearance that it didn't work. Same in our training. Anytime I have a Word doc, you click on it, just nothing happens, and you go, oh, you have to go to my downloads folder, whereas PDFs will, in most cases, automatically open. So that may be what's going on. So I just want to make sure you know Word docs do work.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe I didn't say it properly. I take the Word doc and I save it as a PDF. Let me put it that way. I took the Word doc, I saved it as a PDF, and then uploaded it into the program. Plus, I don't want anybody messing with it either when they get in there, so it came in as a PDF.
Sure, yeah. If you want to preserve it, obviously PDF's the way to go, yeah.
Okay, so the next thing, if I can just show you, I'm bringing you down to social media, because what we have, we provide for our agents a business Facebook page, but we also do a newsletter that we provide for them. So once again, I don't want anything I have to do, I don't want to keep doing it over and over with an agent. When we get to social media and we provide a newsletter for them, we have, if I click here, a video, and okay, I just want to take you back. So we have several videos that we uploaded personally from the company into the program as well. So the custom videos that we have, some of our documents and forms that we have, we loaded in here, and any other business tools that we feel are important that tie in with this subject matter. We loaded it into tasks. All right. I also do weekly classes. And what I found by doing a weekly class, it helps me if someone had to miss it for a reason, and I don't like people missing workshops, but the way we do it here is I run a class every Wednesday morning, the agents attend, and I work from this. Now, a couple of things that I just wanted to mention. I don't turn, my class is usually around 2 hours. I don't sit there and click a button and watch the videos. What I'll do is I will have the agents preview, let's say one Wednesday to the next, I'll say, okay, for next week's session, please review video X, and I'll mention a few of them to say, which they're already set up in here, so if they don't have to go hunting for it. Let's say next week I'll say, okay, watch videos that are in here, and then what happens is next week when I do the class, we focus strictly on just role-playing, okay? That is the important part of the class. I don't want to spend time watching the video with them. What I want to spend time with them on is actually role-playing, and what we do in the class is first they'll role-play a situation, then I'll go to the videos that we have here, and I have it already written out which video I want to show and at what moment I want to show which minute, and then replay either David or one of the celebrities redoing that role play situation the correct way, and we will have critiqued what they do and then role play again doing it the correct way. So that's how I'm constantly utilizing it right now. So they're seeing it, watching on their own, and then we spend our time together or role playing and critiquing and turn into like a bit of a case study. All right. Let's continue through. One of the other things that is important is tracking, and as the program that caught my attention was accountability. I'd like to go in right now and show you two things. First, I'm sorry if it's scrolling, but that's my only way to do this. Okay, a progress report. All right, here's one of our new agents. And it shows everybody's at a different percentage because they're all at different levels into the program. But I'm going to take Erica right now and show you, and this is what I really love about the program. And before, when I met with someone, I had to find out which videos they watched. Did they really watch them? What activities they did. Right now, when they watch a video, it is marked when they watch the video. And when they do the task, there's also a to-do button, and it marks down what they do. What's also very nice, if I can make my screen a little bit larger, yep, okay, here's notes, okay, family announcement, personal friend announcements, previous animal hospital clients, Gianna class list, and that's who she sent to. And in every task, she wrote down some of the things that she did, which was really neat and gives me an opportunity to review this before I actually meet. And as far as my opinion on accountability, the fact that you make an appointment to follow up with an agent, the accountability is already, I think the meeting already happened before the meeting. The fact that they know that you're going to follow up makes them accountable right there. What now I'm able to do is I have the facts ahead of time and I can see exactly what they've done. And what's really nice is these action steps. And this is what I was trying to accomplish on those Excel spreadsheets, which I found to be very cumbersome, a lot of paperwork, and never really got it going the way I'd like to. But this is really nice and one nice neat package. So I could see what action steps they took, what they actually did, and the notes pertaining to each particular task. And then moving into week 2. Right. So that's some of the things that we're currently doing, and I thought this was really neat. In addition, we also get and I signed up to get it weekly, is a progress report. So you can see how active an agent is in the program. You can see who was on it this week and who wasn't. You can also set it up that it comes to you daily. I might switch to daily, but right now I'm using it on a weekly basis, the progress reports. Now, the other thing that a big part of accountability is a dehiring process. All right. The nice thing about this is you know real quick who's committed and who's not committed, who's willing to do the work, who's not willing to do the work. I've had a few people that we did let go would work in this program, and it helped me tremendously to see what was going on. And what happened basically is, I think what happens with a lot of people, they underestimate the business. They think they watch too much HGTV, and all they see is the big checks coming in. And even though in your interview process you tell them how hard they're going to work, I don't think they really grasp exactly what is going on. So in the first 90 days of this program, and I give them some time because it is something new. They're getting oriented to the whole new business, and first 30 days is always very overwhelming for everyone that comes in. But after 90 days, you get a good feel for the commitment of the individual. Sometimes, as we always say, I think we want it more than they want, and if that happens, it gets to be pretty tough. That's where I think this is really a wonderful program, is the accountability side, to really understand what that word means and how this program really ties in to what we're looking to accomplish here. Now, a couple of things where I'm at and what I still need to do, and this is a work in progress for me, and I'm enjoying it, but I feel I have to go about 3 cycles through the entire training program. I have 14 sessions, so it runs rather long, and I've got to learn to cut some back and maybe break them into a couple additional sessions, but I'm trying not to go too far with it. But I feel that once I've done about 3, I'm constantly tweaking, and you're always going to be adding, moving tasks in, moving tasks out, however it would best apply to your system. I'm also making it set up so that if I wasn't able to teach a class, all they have to do is pick this up. I have a curriculum that I have for each class, each topic of my notes that I interject, and how I get the group involved in the role playing and such. So that's my overall goal, what I'm looking to accomplish with the program. And that's about it. I tell you, the support is absolutely great. Call David's office, Rob and Mary. They're great. Anything I need, they've always been very, very helpful in helping me get over the hurdles of, so I need it right now, as you know, and it's nice to have somebody to respond right then and there to help you get going with the classes or the structure of the program. So at this time, I'd be willing to open up any questions anybody has. The key is it's very transparent. It saves me a lot of time. They make for more productive coaching sessions, and I'm doing both. I'm doing workshops and coaching sessions with the agent, but the coaching sessions go so much better. They're a lot quicker. You get to the core a lot better, and they know, and I show this to each and every agent when they first start, the first day, I enroll them in the training program, and I show them that I'm able to see everything that goes on, so we can communicate. And that's, I think, to me, the biggest casualty in any business is the first thing is always communication. So we create a communication platform. It's collaborative. I tell them that we can work with this and kind of bring them through the system, but I want them to know what we're doing. One other thing I wanted to show you, something I created with new agents. And everybody, I'm sure, has different things, but I've made this agent tracker, and this track, they submit this, they put numbers in for me as to what they actually did, because we have the accountability program, and then I want back from them, how many buyer calls did you make, how many buyer appointments did you have, how many listing appointments did you make, how many circle of influence calls, and this kind of was the piece that I needed to incorporate to complement the accountability program, because I'm kind of a numbers guy, and I think the business, I want to see the numbers that they're actually hitting each week. And what's nice about that and the accountability program is, you know, with agents, you know, they go through peaks and valleys, and to me this is like a real estate diary. They can go back and say, you know, back in October, things were really going well for me. Why? They can look at their numbers, they can look at the activities, they can look at the tasks that they did, they can look at the action steps that they took, and then they can look and say, well, geez, I'm not doing any of that stuff now. One of the big mistakes I did make, and David said, what, you know, what some things you try to avoid, and the reason why I made the agent tracker is because I was reloading all the activities. What I did was, when I did the tasks, you could see some are a little bit bolder than others. What I did was, anything that was new pertaining to that lesson that week, I made it bold, basically for myself as well, so I don't get confused. So anytime you saw something bold, I know that pertains specifically a new action step. So anything that was bold, now let's say open houses I'll go to, I put toward the bottom, so anything that was bold meant that was an action step I wanted to make sure that they got out in the field and did, or making calls or whatever. Some of the other things were tasks that they did that didn't require them going out into the field, but it was something I want them to do, and that's just me. It was just helpful to me to do that, and that's the nice thing about the program. You're able to customize it to the way you think and work, and I really thought that was one of the strong features of the accountability program.
Say, Vinny, we have a question. Julie asked, how many weeks does your training program run? We saw 7 weeks on your original spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah. No, it's, let me go back and here, maybe, you know what the best way to do this is, let's see, let's go here.
You must have gone from 7 to more than.
No, I'm up to 14. Okay, let me just go into here. Here are all my steps: circle of influence, introduction to prospecting, social media, open houses, buyers, expireds, for sale by owners, the pre-listing package, the listing presentation, consultations, handling objection, negotiation, and business plan and farming. So it's 14 sessions. And some of the sessions, like prospecting, it'll take me two sessions to do that, so it's not a 14-week session, and that's something I have to work on, because it gets to grow pretty big, and then by the time I recycle and go back, and you know, one of the things I struggle with, I'm sure everybody on this call does, is that you're into class number 7 and someone just started. So what the nice thing about it is that at least I can maybe start a little one-on-one with them on step 1, but then have them jump into class number 7, have them catch up a little bit, and then I recycle around. So I haven't really captured how to do that, but it is there, so that I can do some one-on-ones with some people. But that's always a problem you have when people start in the middle of something and you're constantly recruiting. But so to answer the question, there's 14 sessions altogether.
Yeah, Julie says, wow, 14. And by the way, the action plan that I put in there, the new agent multi-week, I believe is 14 because the original person who requested a year ago had 14 sections. But my gosh, you can go in and delete those. In fact, Julie, I went the opposite direction. I have one that's just 1 month. It's just, I think it's 4 sections. So, and
Yeah,
you can manage all of them. Yeah.
You have it here. And what's neat, you can take and clone these, and here's a 4-week session that you have. And it's terrific.
By the way, when I created these plans, I ended up putting in more videos than I think should be there, believing that it's a lot easier for our members to delete a video that they don't want than to find one they do. I think that's just, it's very difficult to see what what isn't there. So just so you know, I put in more videos than I think you'd probably need. Gosh, Vinny, you've done a great job on this. And by the way, on the poll I took, you were asking me this. It's 33% were not aware, 17% were aware but haven't used it, and then 17% have cloned and customized, and 33% have agents enrolled. So if you add it up, it's literally 50-50. 50 of it really haven't used it, and 50 of it have. So I want to get to 100.
Okay. All I could say is that, the key of our job as managers and brokers is to hold the agents accountable to production. I mean, I couldn't find a better path to take, and it certainly puts in. Works both ways. I mean, I can see a little reluctancy sometimes because now when it talks about accountability, the broker has to be accountable to the agent as well. So that's just business, the business we're in. We have to hold ourselves accountable as well, and I think it's a terrific communication piece and accountability program, which is what we're looking for. So I appreciate it, David. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Vinny, thank you. And Vinny, thank you so much. I'm going to switch presenter back to me now.
Sure.
And I'm going to switch back to me. Vinny, thank you very much. You've been really good about getting involved in all of this and using it so well. I thank you all for being members of Real Estate Training by DavidKnox.com. Remember to Skype me in. I've been doing 4, 5, 6 Skype video presentations a week. People get a kick out of it. They like it. They laugh. I rant. And then they say things like, hey, how long have we had this training? And it's like, well, we've had it for about a year. Wow, that's really cool. I want to go check it out. So I'm doing everything I can to get agents involved other than flying to your city, grabbing their finger and hitting the play button. That's the only thing I can't do. But anything up to that, I'll be glad to do. So thank you all. Vinny, thank you again so much for your time today. I appreciate it. And I wish you all a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know that I'm thankful for all of you being involved in our training. So have a great rest of your month.